Back to go now, the initial exhibition, 1720, top share out of 1. Western Gales hanging back, come off the second line. Back to go now, and here they go. Green light, top share a little slow, best to begin, Corilla Tess coming across Tory Jack. They're followed by Western Gales and further back to Mr. Rock and Roll. Lead time in the first, 7.8. Heading over to the back, 1430 to travel. Corilla Tess will take them to the back. He holds a length and a half advantage over Tory Jack. Top share Western Gales back at the tail. Mr. Rock and Roll heading on down the back they go. And Micallef has a good hold of this leader, Corilla Tess, a half length. Tory Jack moving up to put pressure on the leader as they head to the 1200. They're followed by top share Western Gales, and last of all, as they come off the 1200 down the back, 30.7 Western Gales. Getting to the lead now, Tory Jack kicked out around the turn. Mr. Rock and Roll at the tail from Western Gales. Top share there, followed then by, well back at that joint would have been Corilla Tess. Back at the tail of the field is Mr. Rock and Roll heading up to the judge. They went 30.7. Down the back, second quarter of the mile up now in 30.3. Tory Jack holds it over Corilla Tess. They're followed by Tory Jack, next Western Gales. Last of all would have been Mr. Rock and Roll. Over to the back, approaching the 600 metre mark, Indian File, the preferred order, heading down the back they go. Tory Jack travelling nicely, leads a length and a quarter. Corilla Tess, top share midfield. Further back, second last would have been Western Gales, and back at the tail, Mr. Rock and Roll. 400 before them now. They hit the 400. That quarter went up in 30.1, and Tory Jack looks strong. Under pressure in second placing there would have been Corilla Tess. Further back, top share, second last then. As they go, Mr. Rock and Roll is absolute, and Western Gales second last. Around the turn, flattening for the run in, and the leader is Tory Jack. He's opened up a break of 3 or 4 lengths now over Corilla Tess, and top share coming home strongly. But this is too good. Tory Jack will win easily. Second, give it to top share, Corilla Tess. Western Gales flew home, and last of all would have been Mr. Rock and Roll. Final quarter, 28.8. Judge went 6-1-2-6 the winner, Tory Jack. C. Owen, Casey Owen, 1 second. Top share, David McGill. Third over the line, number 2, Corilla Tess, J. Micallef. Time for the journey, 27.8. Mile rate to the winner, 159.6. Lead 7.8. Sectionals, 30.7, 30.3, 30.1. Final quarter, 28.8. Margins allocated, 15 by a neck, 15 metres by a neck. Second coming up, 17.20 for CO horses, and it's a field of 7.